Good morning, everyone. Class, today we are going to start with recursion. Class, recursion is the process through which a particular function can call itself one thing, and there are two techniques through which we can do that. So, see the definition. Recursion refers to the programming technique in which a function calls itself either directly or indirectly. So there are two techniques. This is the indirect one. In this is the direct one, down one. Direct function is calling itself, and this is the way through which we can call another function again and again, like this. You can see that in this function a is calling b and b is calling a, so it will keep on running. So this is the recursion process. And the main thing, indirect direct recursion, this is the indirect recursion and this is the direct recursion, in which function will call itself again and again and again. So this we are going to learn. So this is again indirect recursion, in which you can see that function 1 is calling function 2 and function 2 is calling function 1. So what will happen in this particular, when we will call, suppose we are running, at last I write in main function 2. If I write like this, and at last of this means I mean to say after finishing these two function I write this, then what will happen, it will call this function. It will say yes function 1. After that it will call function 1. Then function 1 will say hello function 2. Then function 2. Then function 2 is called, it will call this. Again this will call this function, and it will keep on going. This function will be called by this, and this function will be called by this. This will call this function, and this will call this function, and it will keep on running. So you can see the output. In this way the output will come. So this is one thing. Now again another definition for recursion. Recursion is a technique for solving a large computational problem by repeatedly applying the same procedure to reduce it to the successive small problem. And a recursion process has two parts, one or more base cases and a recursive step. So that I will explain in this program. You can say that this is the repetitive, this is the small steps, and this is the repetition. This is calling this, and sorry, this is calling this function, and this is calling this function, and it will keep on running. See here, I have made 3 blocks. This is first block, this is second block, and this is the third block. From here the program will start. Program compiler never enters to the function directly. It look for another function, that is the main function from where it should be called. So if I show you the output of this program, you will see that it will keep on going ba because first one is calling the second function, second one calling the first function, and it will keep on running till the recursion exceeds the limit. It exceeded the limit, so that's why it is terminated. So till the termination it will run. In computer it may run more. Here it is running for many times. I have shown you only the few of it. So that's the way. Now class, now the program that we are going to do, the important program. This is very important program to find the factorial of a number by the recursion method. So class, you can see that in this first of all, this is your main, from where the program starts. and here I have given factorial 5. So how it is going to work? 5 will be initialized to this n is equals to 5 for the first time. Now this condition is fail, so it will directly go to else condition. It will go to else condition, and I have given unnecessarily I have given this is not needed, but to check my program I was doing this, so I have checked this ki whether the value of n is coming as I am expecting or not, so that's why I have written, no need to write this. So after that value of n is 5. Now here the factorial n minus 1 will be passed to this, means next time n is equals to 4. Now again it is not equals to 0, so it will go to this, and now it will become, previously it was n was 5, and then this was returned to this function, and now it has come 4, so it will get multiplied by 4, and now for the next time n will become 3, because from here the n minus 1 will be returned. So 3 will go in this, it will be checked, 3 will go in this, and it will be checked it is equals to 0 or not, so it is again not equals to 0, so it will go to this function, and again for the next time from here the value will be returned is 2, and then value is 2, and finally the value is 1. And what is the operation we have applied here? The operation that we have applied here is multiply. So all from 5 to 1 it will get multiply. 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. This is the benefit of the recursion, that it will multiply itself in a background. And after that what will happen? After that finally when n will become equals to 0, it will return 1 to this, and the program will be finished. 1 means program is finished and it is true. So finally the answer of factorial will come. So you can see that how it is coming. I have given a print statement here, that's why that's why it is coming 5 4 3 2 1. Otherwise the final answer is this only, that I have given at the last here 1 2 3 4 is coming because of this. No need to give this is not the part of the program. This is I have written just to check whether the value of n is coming properly to the program or not. So that's all. Now moving to the next program. Same program I have made for the summation, for the sum of the number. Instead of multiply I have written plus, instead of 1 I have written this 0, because identity in sum is 1. That's why finally when value of n will come here, it should be 0, because 5 to 1 it will add, and after that the last value is to be added, so that is 1. So it will return 0 to this and program will terminate. So that is the way how we are going to do. So you can see the sum of the number from 1 to 5, it is coming 15. Now class, this is a very good program of recursion, another program, that is to get the reverse of a string in string program. As I have written, you can see that I have written convent and it is coming TNEV NOC. This is the result coming. So how it is going to work? First of all, user will enter the string. Second, the length of the string I have taken out, and here the value is passed as length of the string. So str1 is passed here, that is convent, and value of length of the string is convent is convent, that is 7 minus 1, because we will use this x as a index value, or index start from 0, so 0 to 6 we need, 7 is not needed, so that's why I have given length minus 1. Sorry, length minus 1. Now what will happen when we will enter to the program? it will check whether x is greater than 0 or not. Yes, it is greater than 0. So what should get printed? str1 in 0 position. So it will get printed. Sorry, in x position. Sorry, in x position. So in position number x is t only, convent t. Now I have given this just so that the answer should come in a single line. That's why I have given this one. Now this str1 will again be passed, and value of x will again be passed. So value of x is 1 less than the total length. So previously 6 was passed, 0 to 6, as I said 6 was there, so in 6 position t is there. Now it is 5 because n minus 1, that is 5 is passed. Now 5 will be checked with this condition, again this is true. So in str1 whatever is there in the 5th position will get printed. In 5th position it is convent, that is n will get printed. Now similarly it will go on, and we see NOC. Now value of x is become 0. Now when x is become 0, we have given condition for it, means for this C we have given another condition. If it becomes 0, then print str0. So this C will get printed. Now C is get printed. Now the program termination we have entered to here, we have entered here. So here is no recursion method given, so program will terminate. As value of x will become 0, it will enter to this statement, and in this statement no recursion method we have given. Here we have given the recursion method, it is calling this function again and again, but here it is not. So as the value of x will become 0, it will go to this condition and program will terminate, and finally the answer is coming. This is the answer. So class, I have some more program for you. This is one of the program to compute the sum of number from 1 to n. As I have also done, this is by another method they have done, you check out. And next is the power of program to show the use of recursion in calculation of the power a to the power n, a to the power b. So this is the program you try, and the previous program, all program you try. And this is another program given for the recursive for the power only. This is one program given, and this is another program given. So you check out both. This is by iterative code, and that is the program by recursion. This is by recursion. You can see the recursion here, and here it is not. There is no recursion method used. So that's all class. That's all class. I finished my class. You go through it. I will send you these pics also. No worries. You do it and let me know where is the problem. Class, you all have to be very serious about it. Now we have finished our RDBMS, that is MySQL. We have finished. We have finished the theoretical part also. Now we have to go some more chapters, data file handling, and these chapter you will only be able to do when you are very strong in Python. So that's why PyPlot is also there. That is theoretical, that is another case, but in theory also you have to learn a lot. So that's all class, you go with it.